श्रीकान्तो मातृश्जनेश्वरमङ्गलाजनकाः शङ्करो महादेवः त्वं वन्दे गजाननम् विमलपटी कमलपुटी पुस्तकरुद्राक्षसहस्रहस्तपुटी कामाक्षी पक्ष्मलाक्षी तलितविपञ्ची विभासि वारिञ्ची मनोजवं मारुतुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वान्मयमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् शरज्योत्स्ना शुद्धां शशियुतजटाजूटमकुटां वरत्रासत्राणस्फटिकटिका पुस्तकरां सकलनत्वां नत्वां कविमधुक्षीराद्राक्षां मधुरमधुरीणापणितयः शिवशक्त्या युक्तो यदि भवति शक्तव्रतं न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलस्पन्दितुं तस्त्वामाराध्यां हरिहरविरिञ्चादिभिर्विप्रणन्तुं स्तोतुं वा कथं कृतपुण्यप्रभृति कदा काले माता कथैकलिता रक्तकरसम्पिबेयं विद्यार्थी तव चरणनिर्जरं प्रकृत्यामुखानामपि च कविताकारणतः कदा दत्ते वाणी मुखकमलताम्बूलरसताम् हर हर शंकर जय जय शंकर ईशानं सर्वविद्यानां ईश्वरं सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपति ब्रह्मणोऽधिपति ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवम् गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां विश्वे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Now, today's class we will we have discussed the 92nd, 93rd and 94th shlokas, correct? In the previous classes.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, did I also explain the 93rd shloka as well? Probably yes, right? Which talks about, we talked about 92nd, 93rd and 94th, but 93rd is coming to my mind, so briefly I'll touch it and then we'll go from it again. Okay, it basically talks about you're able to see me, correct? All right.
Yes.
All right. It basically talks about mother's curly hair and basically talks about, how each of us should become a honeybee that goes around the mother's gentle face, which is compared to the divine lotus. Aralai swabahabhya dalikalaba sri bidalikai paritam te vaktram parihasati pankeroharuchim darasmeren yasmin dasana ruchikinjal karuchire tava pritar shishikirna sarupya maha. So basically what it is saying, let me recall the last line. 90. Nusam tanvi madhye pradarasjaravasya jagatratum shambho jayati jarna kachi daruna. So I'm trying to look at the slokam online as well. Here on the screen, the fourth line is given mistake. So my awareness was kind of indicating, hey, this is wrong. Essentially it talks about that the lotus, where is it born? It is born in the mud, and that mud is essentially what samsara is all about. And when we continue to grow in that mud, just like a lotus grows, born in the samsara, born in the daldal or the mud, growing in the bhavasagaram, but still it comes out, the lotus shoot comes out and blooms. And when that happens, that lotus, if it is blessed enough, it is plucked and offered in the divine puja. That is the reason we see all our gods sitting on top of lotuses, which essentially means that given where we are born in the samsara, if we continue to nourish our efforts with the divine devotion, dedication, and diligence, you and I will continue to grow out of that bhavasagaram. And therefore, when we grow out of the bhavasagaram, our lotus will start blossoming. When it blossoms, the divine comes and takes a seat in it. Therefore, when you pray to Lakshmi, Padmasane, okay, every god you talk about, Arvindanana, you compare all the gods, with something to do with lotus. And this shlokam, the 93rd one, basically talks about when you are able to visualize the beautiful face of the Divine Mother with Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, Srimad Simhasaneshwari, Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, Chid Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta. So where is she situated? In the Jnana Agni, Chidagni Kunda, in that pot, Sambhuta, born from that pot where your awareness, consciousness are constantly causing friction, saying, what am I doing with my life? Is this right? Am I spending the time rightly? When you do that, in that Chidagni, she is born. And how is mother? Mother has, she's the Maharaja Rajeshwari. So she has a kiritam or a crown on top. So you can't see her full hair, unlike the Kali Devi, who is Mother Kali Devi is Muktakeshi. Her hair is free. Whereas if you see a Raja Rajeshwari, you can only see the initial curls, the first, gentle hair that is coming out of the crown. That's what the first line says. Aralai swabhavya dalikalava sasti viralikai. If you need to even see that in the mental plane, you should be able to visualize that beautiful face of our mother, which is gently beaming, a mild smile. No matter whether you chant it right, wrong, whether you do it with vidhi, without vidhi, doing, knowing, she does not care about anything. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. She looks at how clean your bhavam is. Okay? In the physical world that we operate, intentions don't matter, actions do matter. You might mean good, but if you happen to help someone and in that process that help hurts them, then you will be held responsible. Okay? For example, you gave a medicine to somebody who is struggling and that medicine badly reacted, almost, causing grave situation, killing them, but didn't kill them, but put them into ICU. You'll be held responsible because intentions don't matter, actions do. Whereas in the physical plane, in the mental plane with mother where we operate, once you have the bhakti, once you have the right intention, and even if you do the karma kanda wrong, unknowingly, right, then mother will keep it aside and look at your clean intentions and will give the equivalent result as if you have done the whole rituals the right way. Okay. But for that to happen, you need to ensure that you are at a level with clean heart and mind, where the moment you close your eyes and are chanting this slokam, Arahalai Swabhavya, right? Then you are, first of all, visualizing mother's face with the gentle hair falling on her face. Okay. And then you should become that Brahmari or that honeybee, which is going around mother's face, trying to drink the nectar that is oozing out of that beautiful face. And then you actually are progressing from your human life born in the muddy Bhavasagara, which continues to hit us with wave after wave. What are these waves? Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsarya, Lobha, Mohas. And when even these waves are coming and hitting us, not only we are able to go out of this, and third slokam of Saundarlahari, Avidyana, Mantastimira, Mihiradvipanagari, we are able to come out of the darkness. Therefore, that beautiful Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya will continue to shine on us. The lotus will blossom, open with the bright reddish white light. There is a reason. If you look at the lotus, the color is reddish white. Red is an indication of mother, white is an indication of Shiva. Okay, and when both of them come together, in your mental plane of existence, yad bhavam tad bhavati, that's where you will see this beautiful face of mother. And as you continue to drink that nectar, you will forget the time. Okay. And the gentle smile of mother essentially, is being represented of those white lines in the lotus petal. Okay, when mother is gently in no picture, you will be able to see her teeth. But when she's looking at your efforts and your dedication, devotion, and diligence, she'll gently smile, revealing mildly her teeth. And those, the white radiance coming out of the mother's teeth, is essentially the Kinjalika. That's what we addressed in the slokam. The white rays in between the lotus petals, where the white and red mixes with the gentle baby pink coming out with the white lines. That is what is being compared. Now in your dhyanam, you will be able to see mother's beaming white teeth. What are those teeth? The white radiance that is coming out of all the great gurus have emerged out of mother's teeth. Okay, we keep talking about Manyu, Dattatreya, Dhurvasa, Chandra, Dakshinamurti, Haigriva, all these, 12, Agastya, Lopamudra Devi, Manmada, all the great 12 devotees of Mother essentially have come out of her teeth. So when you are getting a visual darshan of Mother's teeth in the mental plane, physical plane, wherever it is, you are being sent with a guru who can guide you to the mother's feet. Once you catch hold of the mother's feet, nakadidit sanjana namajjana tamoguna. If you need to catch hold of mother's feet, first you should be able to give up laziness. When you are able to give up laziness, only then you will be able to bring in the complete surrender to the Divine Mother out of love, unconditional devotion, and unconditional love. When that happens, you will continue to make an effort to understand more and more about her rather than becoming a parrot that continues to chant the shlokas. That is the reason Mother Meenakshi has a parrot in her hand. First, you start your sadhana with rituals, being a parrot. शिवशक्त्या युक्तो यदि भवतशक्तिर्वृत्तं न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलस्पन्दित्वातस्त्वामाराध्यां हरिहरिविञ्चाद्भिरपि राजराजार्चिता रम्या राजीवलोचना रञ्जनी रमणीरस्यरणत् किङ्किणिमेखलारमाराख्यद्वद्नरतिरुपालिते प्रिया रक्षाकरी राक्षसग्नि रामा रमणरम्पटा. You never make an effort to understand. To the shlokas, there is something in it that drives you towards those. You continue to derive nectar, so you continue to chant, you continue to repeat. There will come a time where mother realizes this parrot is now worth becoming the parrot in my hand. It's not any parrot that is flying around. So let me pull this parrot closer to me. And that's when mother sends an able guru our way, who will, she or he, will plant the bijas, the bijaksharas of devotion in a sampradaya, in a traditionally proven method. You have bijas with you, seeds with you, but those seeds are in a polythene pack that is completely vacuumed, protected from all the calamities, but they are not able to germinate because there is no soil, there is no watering, there is no fertile soil in which you are planting them. You don't even realize they are there. So once the guru comes our way, she or he will ensure they pave the path in us. It is not outside. They bring the divine which is latent in us inside and introduce the divine to us so we can continue to have a dialogue, which is the true Bhagavad Gita with the divine. And that, as the mental plane continues to become clearer and clearer, you will start seeing the mother's face, her teeth, and her padas as well. And you will start seeing the Divya, right? The thousand Sri Mata, Sri Maharagni, Srimad Simhasneshwara, Chidagnikonda Sambhuta, Devakari Samudita, Udyat Bhanu Sahasrabha. That radiance you will see, the radiance of mother's smile is so pure that radiance will outdo the radiance of the thousands sunlights that naturally come out when we are seeing mother. Okay, this is a brief attempt at this 92nd shloka. I think we 93rd shloka. That though we discussed in the last class, somehow it was kind of coming onto my mind. So the 94th shloka we discussed Kalanka Kasturi, which compares moon to be mother's cosmetic beautiful box that continues to erode because mother continues to apply the cosmetics, in order to spend her solitude with our father Mahakameshwara in order to create the cosmos. Okay, therefore, you, I, the Brahmandas, the planets, the cosmos continue to exist, right? Ah Brahma Kita Janani. From the tiniest of the insects, ants, caterpillars, bees, wasps, snakes, eagles, crow, right? Pigs, everything, donkey, us, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Suras, Asuras, everybody is her kid. Just like we have the species, 84 lakh species, in which human is one, there are other species that we can't perceive and see, like the Kinnaras, Kimpurushas, Yagnas, Yakshinis, okay, who are all at different levels of serving the divine. Okay, they are also equally the part of mother and father's family. Therefore, Jagatopitra Vrinda Parvati Parameshwara. The 95th shloka talks about the mother's supremacy of her divine lotus feet. Okay, what does the 95th slokam talk about? The 95th slokam talks about Puraratiranta Puramasi Tataswacharnayo your Charanas. Saparya Maryada Tarlakarnana Masulava Tata Hete Nita Satamaka Mukha Siddhi Matulam Tavadwaro Panta Stitibiranimadya Biramaraha. It talks about our access to the Divine Mother's feet. Okay, saying how difficult it is to get. It says, "O Mother, you are the consort of Hara, and getting access to Shiva is very, very, very difficult." Okay, people say he's Bola Shankara, but his rule is as long as I'm in meditation, I will not respond to anyone. When I'm out of meditation, even if an insect calls me, I'll come at it. Okay, so knowing when Shiva is, he's always in meditation. So therefore, getting access to Paramashiva is the easiest when we actually go through our Divine Mother. Because as a father, you know, I can see the difference, between me and my wife when the son comes back from school, college, or whatever, wherever he's gone to. The way a mother spends time with the kid is asks how the day has been, what has been, what was good, what was bad. Did he eat the food? How was the taste? Did she prepare well? Did he enjoy? Are there any modifications that he would want to have in the meal? Whereas, if I go to my son and ask him, is everything okay? Does he need anything? And if he wants anything, he knows where to reach out to me. And then I come back to my work. So when I'm going through the shloka, I'm just being reminded of my regular life, and all of you are parents. You can equally connect, all right? So that is Father Shiva has a lot of love, concern, but very touch and go. Whereas a mother makes the kid sit, talks, hugs, kisses, no matter what the age is, and son is about to go to college. So every day she feels sad. Okay, there's only 90 more days, 120 more days that he'll be gone to college, and how will I spend my time? And she tears up. So whereas I do feel sad that, but it's a reality that everybody has to go through. So when I see that makeup, I am reminded of the divine parents. Similarly, when each of us are making efforts, Father will say, okay, bless you with all the efforts. He'll probably turn to Heramba Ganapati, Subramanya, Ayappa, and Chandikeshwara, Nandi, and all the Shivaganas, and say, please ensure whatever help she or he needs, if you continue to provide, and goes. Whereas mother holds our hand and ensures she is taking us forward, whether we are crawling, crippling, walking, running. She will ensure that we are walking towards her path, and when we reach her, she will take us in her lap and take us to Father. Okay, so the easiest path to Father is Mother. Right. Anyway, so this shloka says, "O Mother, you are the Antapurani, or the one who can spend solitude with Paramashiva. And therefore, the privilege of worshipping to your feet is one of the rarest opportunities that will come after a million lifetimes. It does not come naturally, and it won't appeal to those restless minds that are scrolling a video after video, trying to eat one thing after another, trying to engage in one conversation after another. They are not even making an effort to go inward into silence. People who are spiritually wanting to progress, you will see they would want to spend a lot of time in solitude. They would want to be left alone physically so they can continue to float in those wonderful divine thoughts that will continue to give them ecstasy, gratitude. What is prayer? Prayer is a form of expressing our gratitude that, even I would have been lost in the human life like others, but you continue to hold my hand and ensure I am being allowed to make your prayers. There can be many obstacles that can come my way, but you are removing those obstacles by your eldest son's interference and ensuring I am able to progress. You are making me do things and giving me the credit, to Mother, therefore making me more famous, more richer, more grateful, more peaceful, more purposeful in life. Therefore, my life has a meaning where you are making me do good things and saying, "Oh, Brahma, put good karma in this daughter or son's account." Therefore, by making me do good karmas, you are elevating my life and revealing your secrets. Therefore, your rahasya namas, your stotras are called rahasyas, because like a parrot, I continue to chant until the time comes. You will not reveal your teeth. How do I know you are revealing your teeth to me? You will send an able guru who will be able to decode the very cryptic secrets that are there in Saundarya Lahari, Lalita Trishati, your Panchadasi Mantram, your Kadgamala Stotram, your Navavarna Sri Chakrarchana, and therefore, after indulging in all of this, I am washed with your divine tirtham that washes great devotees like Manmada, Durvasa, Indra, Manyu, Chandra, Dakshinamurti. All of them are washing your feet. That tirtham, which is where what I'm bathing with and drinking, that will continue to reveal the secretive meanings that is behind these stotra stutis, therefore helping me become one with you, O Mother, who is my source, the cosmos source. But I tend to behave as if I'm very different, you are very different. You are just sitting here. Therefore, when you ask anyone, who are you, can you point to yourself? Nobody points like this, nobody points like this. You point here because you know, your awareness knows your heart is beating, because the Paramashiva is still continuing to meditate in you on that Parashakti. Therefore, this body continues to be Bhavati. It is there. Bhavati, Viksham Dehi, means not giving food. I am in this body, give me the Jnana Bhiksha, O Mother. Right? Therefore, Mata cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwara, Bandhava Shiva Bhaktascha. Okay, in Annapurna Ashtakam, Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya concludes, it says, "This whole cosmos is my family. Bandhava Shiva Bhakta." Now, all the people who realize who Shiva is and therefore able to pray to Shiva, who are the ones who are able to pray to Shiva? The ones who don't fear death, because a lot of people think Shiva is the one who causes death. Absolute ignorance. Okay, Shiva has a lot more better things to do than killing people. Shiva in the form of Mahakala maintains time. What has to come in time, what has to go in time. Absolutely. No two ways about it. Very impartial. Okay. Therefore, you and I will be able to pray to Shiva once the fear of death starts. We start coming over the fear of death. We start realizing we are born, someday we have to go. But make hay while sun shines. Therefore, start making divine efforts. Oh my God, reaching out to Shiva, it's very easy to pray to him, very easy to appease him and appeal to him. But 99.9% of times he's in meditation, focusing on that Parashakti, ensuring that the cosmos continues to be in the order. For him, everything, everyone, every being is the same, no impartiality. Whether you pray to him, don't pray to him, he continues to be the same. Right? If you are praying to him, he will support your efforts in ensuring your progress, the journey of the soul is progressing ahead. Okay. Therefore, when we are Bandhavas Shiva Bhaktas, so all my relatives are Shiva Bhaktas, the one who are able to get rid of the fear of death. Therefore, they realize, make hay while sun shines. My time is limited. I have to do the right things in the right time in order to ensure I get enough good punya karma so I can stay intact to the divine feet. Okay. And then when the mind completely becomes calm, that's when you will be able to see that beautiful divine feet of mother walking at a gentler pace than the hamsas. Okay. And your breath will slow down as well when you are internally meditating on mother. As mother, the Kanya Kumari that is in the south of India, because she's still Kanya, and that's Kanya Kumari is the Muladharam of your spine and my spine. As we start progressing through from Kanya Kumari, she comes into Madhura Meenakshi, who used to eat people at one point in time. Then, when Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya goes to Madurai and has a Ludo like a game with mother and defeats mother, and then he says, starting today, you should not eat humans, the balis that have been continued by people should stop. The same story with Chamunda Devi. When Chamunda Devi is Preta Vahana, her vehicle is a dead body. Okay, there is a Chamunda Peetam in the north of India. And Chamunda is shown as a very, very ferocious form because after killing Chanda and Munda, she became Chamunda. And there was a time where when Shiva and Mother Goddess Parvati appeared, they said, starting today, that Rajyam will be protected by Chamunda Devi from the enemies. In return, the Chamunda Devi asked for one human bali every day. So people, families would send one person, from their family. There came a old couple's chance who got a son after a long, long time of doing prayers to Shiva. That day it was their turn to send their son to become the one with Chamunda Devi. If Chamunda Devi is eating somebody, right, they become one with her. Now they went and prayed to Shiva the night before, saying, you have given us a son, and tomorrow the Shakti is going to swallow him. What is the point in giving us a son after a penance of 16 years? So Shiva, in the disguise of a saint, comes and tells the old couple that, send your son with me. I'm sitting by the banks of the river. And when the king's guards come to take your son, because today is your turn, ensure that you send the king's soldiers to me. So the king's soldiers come at sunrise. They ask the boy, and the boy is not there. A guru has come and taken to the river banks. They go to the river banks, and the guru says, go tell that goddess Chamunda that the boy will not come, and the guru is basically initiating him. So they go tell. That was a time where everybody could talk to the divine because of their punya karmas. And they go, they are very fearful and tell Chamunda Devi, standing mother, we didn't get your food today as promised because there's a guru who was actually initiating the boy, and he said he'll not send. And Chamunda Devi becomes very, very ferocious. So she comes to the river bank and she throws a huge stone at the guru, not realizing who it is. And Shiva, who is in the form of a disguise, holds the dandakam on which rishis keep their hand and start doing the japa. and immediately the stone stops in the air. Then Chamunda Devi realizes this person is no ordinary person. If he could hold the boulder, not even stone, in the air that I threw, and she bows down to that Mahatma and realizes this cannot be anyone other than my husband Shiva himself if he is able to stop. And then he says, starting today, Chamunda, don't eat people who are alive. I know you are with the aggression of killing Chanda and Munda. Therefore, you are continuing to be bloodthirsty and swallowing the live beings. Starting today, you will be offered a dead body every day, and therefore you will be called Pretavahana. Therefore, Chamunda Devi is called Pretavahana. Okay, being I just got reminded of that story, and until coming back to the shloka, the 90, which one, 95th shloka, right? And unless the mind becomes calm, we will not see that divine feat when Mother Meenakshi, from Kanyakumari to Mother Meenakshi, coming up a little to our naval place is Kanchi Kamakshi, right? All these Shakti Pitas are connected to our body as well. Okay, Jalandhara Pitam in Chandigarh, near Chandigarh. Yeah. Now we'll discuss more about them as we go back to Lalita Sahasranamam and keep discussing. But then in this is the progress of the mother, which happens very, very slowly. And she is walking gentler than the swan couple that we discussed in the previous class as well. And the next line says, even the king of gods, Indra, could only reach your Manidvipa gates, and he does not have access to your feet. Who are the people who have access to your feet? The 12 great devotees, the Tatraya, Manu, Chandra, Kubera, Agastya, Lopamudra Devi, Durvas Maharshi, right? And then Dakshinamurti. And these people, and in the last class we discussed Pancha Pretasanasena, Pancha Brahmasanasena. The Pretas, the dead bodies come to life when they touch you. The Pancha Brahmas, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, or Rudra, and then Maheshwara, and Sadashiva. These are the people who are praying to your feet all the time. So if I am able to get a desire to pray to your feet, I am blessed, O Mother, because my many janmas sadhana is now getting fructified, and therefore I am not able to reach your Manidvipa, but I am able to reach the innermost part of that Manidvipa, sitting very, very close to your Padapita. As Raja Rajeshwari, you are keeping your right foot on a Padapitam, and I am able to see that, and I'm able to visualize that my head is your Padapitam, and I'm sitting, and on top of my head, your right foot is gently residing along with the sugarcane bowl, which is what you're holding in your lower left hand. And that is also gently resting on my skull, therefore forming the triangle. Your knees, I'm able to see clearly. Your feet, the right foot that is resting on my head, which is pulling the Kundalini up all the way from my Mooladharam to Sahasraram, and the triangle, which is a representation of you, the Sarvayoni that you are, and the dot in between, which continues to beat the Aham Spurana. I'm able to realize and see that, therefore, giving me an ecstatic joy. That's what this 95th shlokam briefly talks about, the cryptic meaning of it, not the word to word meaning. When we say even Indra is not able to pray, Indra is the god of kings, he is the god of organs. As long as I'm praying Namaha, 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 I'll not be able to find you. Manaha, 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 Manaha. Invert Namaha into Mana. Antarmukha Samaradhya, Bahirmukha Sudurlabha. So as long as I keep saying, oh, Namaha, 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 I am doing rituals. The moment that namaha becomes inward, that's the reason when we pray to mother, when we are saying, when we chant Lalita Sahasranama or anything, when we are about to start the puja and do sankalpam, we do namaste and do inward, saying this namaha should turn inward and become manaha. Manaha. Manaha means my manas, my will should be holding on to you, whether I'm doing puja, whether I'm doing eating, whether I'm taking a shower, no matter what I'm doing, my external activities have absolutely no connection to what I'm doing. My internal plane should become that Paramahamsa that is trying to walk and imitate your feet. That is what this 95th slokam briefly means. Then we go to the 96th slokam, which basically talks about Mother as our universe, right? Which is कलत्रं वैदात्रं कति कति भजन्ते न कवयः श्रियो देव्या को वा न भवति पतिकैरपि दनैः महादेवं हित्वा तव सति सतीनाम रचमे कुचाभ्य आसंग कुरवकुतरो रप्यसुलभः. Now, what is this saying, O mother? Kalatram Vaidatram, those people who pray to you, okay, now Sachamara Ramavani Savya Dakshina Sevita, Lalita Sahasranam again. In Lalita Sahasranam cover book, a lot of times you see Lakshmi Devi on the right side of Mother and Saraswati is on the left side. That is a wrong representation. How do I know it is a wrong representation? Because the line in Lalita Sahasranam says Sachamara Ramavani Savya Dakshina Sevita. Savya Dakshina Sevita. Okay. Sachamara Ramavani. To your right is Saraswati Devi in that beautiful milk white sari that has rose red flowers representation on it. Representation of white and red again. With onto your left is the Lakshmi Devi in a red sari with white lotuses on her sari. And many pictures we are shown Saraswati Devi is shown in pure white sari, Lakshmi Devi is shown in pure red sari. But the actual representation is white sari with pinkish red lotuses, red sari with pink, whitish pink or white lotuses. Okay, that is what is there. Now, what is this saying, the shlokam? There are many people who are blessed by Saraswati who get a lot of education, great ranks, IIT, ISC, MIT, Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, whatever they go to. There are many people who are materially extremely rich, a lot of bank balance, Swiss bank accounts, hundreds of crores in their accounts, a lot of houses, a lot of material wealth. Okay. Many people will enjoy the blessings of Saraswati. Many people will enjoy the blessings of Lakshmi. But Mother, to enjoy your blessings, one should enter the last 5 janmas. And when one is blessed, one is making an effort to reach your feet. Mother Goddess Saraswati, Mother Goddess Lakshmi will naturally bless them because they are praying to you, and the moment they realize there is somebody who is praying to their god or goddess, naturally they will start blessing them. Okay, and therefore, O Mother, if I am praying to you, Mahadevam Hitva, so you are the Sati Devi of Mahadeva, who appears to the external world that you are getting separated from him, because in Dakshinamurti Rupam, he appears without you. In Dhumavati Rupam, you appear without him. But very few people understand that both of you are inseparable. Whether you are in the Dhumavati form where the world depicts you as a widow, because the world does not know how the male can exist without a female, because in the plane where we operate, we are two different beings. We are in Dvaitam. Therefore, we continue to see, oh, without that person, this person is called a widower or a widow. So we tend to depict whatever we know, that is our Ajnanam. Oh, Mother, but you still accepted we calling you a widow when you're in the Dhumavati Rupam. And you continue to take our prayings because it is not my knowledge. It is my love and devotion towards you, my intent. You take that prayer. Okay, you want to pray to me in the form of Dumavati? Go ahead, offer your prayers. Or you want to pray to me in the form of Kamakshi? Go offer your prayers. Or you want to pray to me in the form of Kamakya Devi? Go offer your prayers. Okay. By the way, Kamakya Devi of Gauhati, Assam, is actually in the form of the Pancha Brahmas. She's sitting on the throne, and there's a lotus coming out from Shiva's navel, like Ananta Padmanabha, and Mother is sitting there. Okay, essentially to represent that Sada Shiva and she are inseparable, like the Shiva Shaktiya, the first slokam of Saundar Lahari. And therefore, you are in absolute union with that Paramashiva. And therefore, Mother, when I pray to you, I don't have to pray to Father separately. When I pray to Father, I don't have to pray to Mother separately. But since you are our mother, the maternal instincts always have more humidity. Praying to the feminine aspect of that Shakti as mother gives Shigra Siddhi, gives faster results because you are a mother. Even father takes some time to respond, but you will start responding the moment your daughter or son starts making the first effort to even call you. Okay. And therefore, in the last line, it says, oh, mother, right? You and father are in the physical union as the world knows. We see both of you becoming one in the Ardhanarishwara Rupam, but you are the Prakasha, the Vimarsha. If one is lighting a lamp, just like the lamp's light spreads everywhere, wherever the lamp can be seen, that is called the Prakasha Vimarshanyam, the potential energy and the kinetic energy. Both of them continue to exist with each other, and both of you are inseparable. In Dakshinamurti form, we don't see a Devi sitting separately, but you are the Vamankabhagam of Dakshinamurti. That is the reason even Dakshinamurti's waist, when I'm seeing at the waist mother, I can see a feminine bend of the pelvic girdle of father representing the feminine, angle of Shiva, the Paramashiva. Okay, it's not from this shloka, but it's from the visualization of the Dakshinamurti I'm mentioning. This is a brief attempt at the 96th shloka of Mother, which says, when somebody prays to you, okay, the husbands of Lakshmi and Saraswati will be jealous because not only their wives are blessing us, but their wives start, enjoying our company more than their husbands because we are praying to that divine, that Lalita Paravatarika, that Jagadamba, who continues to bless their husbands and therefore them, who has put Saraswati and Lakshmi as the Shaktis of Brahma and Vishnu respectively. And when somebody is praying to that Parashakti which continues to power them, it is natural for Saraswati Devi and Lakshmi Devi to continue to pray and be closer to this person than to their husbands. That is the poetic representation of this 96th slokam. Is it the 96th one that we just discussed? Yeah, the 96th. Next slokam is the 97th slokam. Okay, one of my favorite slokam, and it basically talks about, what I just um, spoke about, taking it to the next level, how Saraswati and Lakshmi essentially are even, the devotee goes beyond Saraswati and Lakshmi Devi as well. And it says, Gira Mahud Devim Druhina Gruhni Magam Vido Hare Patnim Padmam Harasachari Madritaniya Turiya Kapitwam Durdigama Nisima Mahima Mahamaya Vishwam Brahmesi Parabrahma Mahishi. Beautiful sloka. It talks about, oh mother, Gira Mahud Devim. It talks about, mother. Scholars who want knowledge continue to pray to you as Saraswati, Rajamatangi, Neela Saraswati, Saraswati, Shuklam Bhadram, Vishnu. I'm saying Saraswati Namastubhyam Vardhe Kamarupani Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatume Sada. We continue to pray to you as Saraswati if we want scholarly knowledge. we continue to pray to you as Mahalakshmi. When we need material riches, physical, the Ashtalakshmi is Dhanadhanya, Santana Lakshmi, Varalakshmi, Veeralakshmi, Jayalakshmi, Vijayalakshmi, Vidhyalakshmi, right? We keep talking about and we keep calling about Lakshmi, and keep praying to you as Lakshmi Devi, the Shakti of Mahavishnu, Saraswati, the Shakti of Brahma. But however, the fourth line says, Mahamaya Vishwam Brahmayasi Parabrahma Mahishi. Oh mother, but you are that Parabrahma's Mahishi. You are the energy of that Parabrahma, that Sadashiva. Therefore, even the greatest of the scholars get confused sometimes thinking you are Lakshmi Devi or Saraswati Devi. But you are the unfathomable Mahamaya. आपाताळनभस्थलाण्डभुवन ब्रह्माण्डमाविस्फुरज्योतिस्फाटिकलिङ्गमौळिविलसत्पूर्णेन्दुवान्तामृते अस्तोकाप्लुतमेकमीशमनिशं रुद्रानुवाकाञ्जपं ध्यायेत् इप्सितसिद्धये द्रुपदं विप्रोभिषं चेशवं ब्रह्माण्डव्याप्तदेहाभस्तेमृचा भासमाना भुजङ्गे कण्ठे कालाकपर्दा कलितशस्कराश्चण्डकोदण्डहस्ता त्रैक्षा रुद्राक्ष शाम्भवा मूर्तिभेदा रुद्राश्री Rudra Sukta Prakritita Prayasantu Saukyam. Though it is Rudra Namaka Chamakas Dhyana Slokam, Sambhava, Sa Amba, you are with Amba. And in the Dhyana Slokam, we are saying there is no beginning and no end for you, O Rudra. Okay. And the same line here is being represented by Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya. Mahamaya Vishwam Brahmayasi Parabrahma Maishi. You are that Mahamaya. The moment I sit in the class here and chant, I want to leave everything and sit in your meditation for 20 hours, 14 hours. And then suddenly I get a ping, you have to pay this bill, the delivery is coming, this OTP. Immediately, Mahamaya, you're bringing in Ray, you are remembering, recalling you're still in Grahasthashrama, fulfill your responsibilities, your duties to your husband, your duties to your daughter, son, wife, father, mother. Get them to a level where they are self-sufficient, then think of whatever you're thinking. You're constantly grounding me as Maha Maya Vishwam Brahmayasi Parabrahma Maishi. Sometimes I move with the temporary vairagya saying I need to give up everything and do this. Then you will gently smile and say, my dear daughter and son, you will bring back and say, continue to do these rituals. I will make you progress. You don't have to give up anything because I am the Parabrahma Mahaishi. I can give you bhukti, mukti, and everything in between. I will give you all the vidyas, kukshi vidyas, the vidyas that will continue to feed your tummy and people who are dependent on you, their tummies. I will give you the mukti vidya that will allow you to become one with me. So why do you need to give up everything and go away? You don't have to, right? I am the Mahamaya, so I will keep turning you. Just become a vessel in my hand, just like when I hold a spatula in my hand, the spatula does not know that I am holding it. Okay? And similarly, I should become a vessel in the Divine Mother's hand, using which she'll continue to operate and make the very best use of me without her leaving the grip. So become a vessel, become an instrument in Mother's hand. And therefore, she'll help us continue to ride the waves. No matter, even if a tsunami it is coming our way, she will ensure we continue to stay afloat as Mahamaya Vishwam Parabrahma Mahishi. She is the Parabrahma's Shakti. What about you and me? Right? And this is a shlokam that everybody should chant every day. Okay, this Gira Mahur Devim Druhina Grani Magama Vido Hare Patnim Padma Harachachari Madritanayam Turiya Kapitvam Duri Digama Nisima Mahima. For your Mahimas, there is no Sima. That's what Kamakshi means. Kanchi Kama Koti means Kanchi. In the Kanchipuram, there is a Devi called Kamakshi, and Kama Koti. Koti means Sahasram is fourth state. Koti means infinite. I can't even list. Therefore, Mother Goddess Kamakshi in Kanchipuram is called Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam. The Peetam in Kanchi is called Kamakoti Peetam, because she can fulfill all desires of everyone as long as they are dharmic. Turiya Kapitvam Duridiga Nisima Mahima. For your Mahimas, there is no border, Mother Kamakoti. Who are you? Mahamaya Vishwam. The whole cosmos is in your Maya. And you are Mahamaya Vishwam Parabrahma Mahishi. You are the energy of that Parabrahma that I continue to pray in whichever name and form I give it. So you keep bringing me continued devotion. Okay, done puja for half an hour, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. Long for a coffee or a tea, then go talk, look at WhatsApp, phone. You're bringing me into Tirodhanam, Maya. Please reduce this Maya so I can continue to spend longer time in the divine company of Satsangatyam. Okay. People who talk about you, people who tell me about how I can progress spiritually. When I progress, what happens? All the people who have come from me, who are associated with me, also progress. And how does it happen? You spread a piece of cloth. When you spread a piece of cloth, if you lift the center of the cloth, everything around the cloth also gets a lift. So that cloth is you and your family. Wherever you are lifting is yourself. You are putting efforts to lift yourself. When you lift yourself, your wife, husband, parents, in-laws, your sons, daughters, everybody gets lifted with your efforts as well. That's how any sadhana works. Yeah. What we just discussed is the 97, 98 sloka we discussed before, but I will touch. It's another beautiful sloka, which is a dhyana sloka that, I use every day to drink the mother's padodakam, the water that I keep as an offering to the Divine Mother, with a little jaggery put in it, along with a saffron flower, and sometimes the fine dust of clove, okay, is what I put in it, along with a bit of ilachi. And this water, the next morning, so I leave it in the puja today along with tambulam. And next morning after the puja, when I'm eating Mother's prasadam after the puja and putting today's tambulam, I take out the tambulam and this tirtham, I say, Kada kale mata katay kalita lakta Krasam Pibeyam Vidyarthi Tavacharnane Janajalam. Prakrutya Mukanam Apcha Kavita Karanata Kadadatte Vani Mukhamalatam Bula Rasatam. If an ignorant person like me who is stuck in a materialistic world, constantly battling, fighting a lot of things that happen at a physical level, existence, in the physical level, work, other establishment support, everything that continues to distract at a physical plane, therefore engaging me outward. If such an ignorant fool like me is able to first being allowed to say the name of Mother, and that too, if she is allowing me, you to learn a very, very powerful Tantra Sastra like Saundarya Lahari, what more example do you need? People talk about a great Kalidasa that you and I, at least I have not seen, maybe you have seen in your vision, right? But you and I am an example of the shloka, Prakrutya Mukanama Vichakavita Karanita. An ignorant fool like me who has never learned Sanskrit in this lifetime, who has never put dedicated, devoted quality efforts to reach sadhana, wasted a lot of time, got indulged in a lot of worldly pleasures before, feeling confused and then realized and then trying to cry, crawl, literally, to reach your feet. And then you basically used the noose in your hand. You have the pasham and ankusham. You threw the pasham at this ignorant fool who was getting washed away in the Bhavasagaram. You ensured that you continue to pull this ignorant fool, this abhagya, to assure transforming me into a bhagya. The moment your Kataksha Vikshana, the moment your eyesight fell on me, that moment itself my life became purposeful, O Mother. That moment itself I became richer than Kubera, the lord of treasure houses. This Abhagya, this Papi became Punyatma because your vision fell on me and you made me, you continue to make me speak your name, your stotra, your mantras, because it is not my efforts. It is not my good deeds. It's not my anything good. It's all your grace. Prakrutya mukhanam apicha kavita karanada. Kadadatte vani mukhakamala tambula rasatam. Maybe the one thing that you allowed me as the Gayatri Devi, you continued to say, as I kept saying, Prachodayat, Prachodayat, Prachodayat. Right? In the Gayatri mantra, I kept asking you, oh mother, please function in me, please function in me, please function in me. You started functioning in me, listening to this beggar's request of enabling his life so the soul's journey will get completely purposeful in finding the direction towards your feet so can align and start crawling towards your feet, and therefore you are allowing us to understand your Rahasya Stotras Sastras in order to ensure that we not only make the very best of this life, make hay while sun shines, but we are able to understand those cryptic meanings of understanding your path. You become the guru, you send a guru from your Guru Mandala Rupini that you are in order to ensure that I am never lost. I am holding on to that noose of yours, that pasham that you have, which you threw at me, and you are ensuring that I might forget to hold it because of the worldly pleasures and worldly distractions I'm engaged in. So you ensure you are tying the noose around my waist so I cannot get lost. And therefore, in the shlokam that we are saying by offering the tirtham to you and drinking, prakrutya mukha nama vicha kavita kanta, an ignorant fool like me who does not know us of Sanskritam, does not know the grammar of Sanskritam, is still being allowed to discuss, is still being allowed to explain the meanings of this Pavitra Tantra Granda, which ensures how do I use my yantra, this body, the Panchabhautika body that I'm born with the mantra, the breath, which continues to infuse Shivam in me, in order to ensure the tantra converting the breath into the mantras, the words, is essentially the triangle that you are, mantra, yantra, tantra, and in the center you are continuing to be that dot from which everything comes, and you continue to be the inspiration for me, O mother, ensuring my body, the yantra, is continuing to breathe the prana, the mantra, in order to ensure that is being consumed as coming out as para pashyanti madhyama vaikari in the form of your names, mantras, stotras, because these are never, I have never read these things, I have never studied these things. You are the one that is becoming the Shakti, converting the prana vayu into vaikari, the words that can be heard, and you are choosing the words, sentences without any breakage to the thoughts, interruptions completely being removed out, and the thoughts are being flown by bringing the right stories, right examples, right words. So, people with devotion, dedication, who are on the path of diligence, not getting lost at the external cosmetic appeal, but will continue to listen to the shloka, whether this is today's live or recording in future as it goes on to medias like YouTube and others. People, if they are able to listen to this 98 shloka meaning, and understand that means they are blessed by the divine mother, they are the ones who are tied by the noose of the mother, and she ensures she has taken control around your, remember in the Indian culture, Many boys and girls, as you know, they are born, a waist thread is tied around their waist, which is called the Malatradu. Right? This invisible Malatradu is what our Divine Mother Lalita Mahatripur Sundari ties. So even if for whatever reason we leave the rope, she continues to hold on to us because of the efforts that we have put. This is the brief attempt at the 98th shloka. The 99th shloka goes back to the previous one of comparing with Lakshmi Devi and Saraswati Devi to explain what is the status of a devotee who actually is making an effort on the path of the Divine Mother in Sri Vidya, especially Saundarya Lahari is the sound form of Mother. If wherever Saundarya Lahari is chanted out, Mother's form in the form of Nada comes out. Okay. Now the 99th sloka. Saraswatya Lakshmya Vidihari Sapatno Viharate Rate Pativratyam Sidayate Ramyena Vupsha Chiranjeevaneva Kshipita Pashupasha Vyatikaraha Parananda Bhikyam Rasyati Rasam Tvad Bhajavan. Beautiful. It talks about the Pativrata Tattvam of Manmada as a great devotee of Mother who was brought back to life after Father Shiva burnt him down, when he shot the floral arrows. Okay. O Mother, whoever prays to you with utmost devotion, he becomes equivalent to a Brahma and Vishnu, because Brahma and Vishnu are seats, chairs, like the Prime Minister of India or the Prime President of US. Whoever prays to you, he or she will become Brahma and Vishnu. Okay, that's what the first line says. What does it say? Saraswatya Lakshmya Vidhi Hari Sapatno Viharate. The Lakshmi and Saraswati's husbands, those chairs will be occupied by those who pray to you, O Mother. They become equal to such people. And that this person who prays to, this is one great thing probably I never discussed with you, whoever prays to Mother Divine Lalita Mahatripur Sundari, he or she will start getting a divine aura in them, right? And when they continue to pray to Mother, they will get, if not Udyat Bhanu Sahasrava, they will get a fractional Sahasrava, fractional Bhanu Sahasrava, that divine light. The moment you look at them, you will know they are doing some sadhana. And if you are little progressive on the Sri Vidya, they are praying to Mother. Okay, because that aura speaks. That's essentially what says. Such person, whoever is praying to you, irrespective of their physical beauty. Look at Kanchi Paramacharya. What is the physical beauty? Look at Ramana Maharshi. What is the physical beauty they have? How does Ramakrishna Paramahamsa look? Is there any physical beauty to their bodies, their faces? But they have left their bodies. They still continue to live in our thoughts. That is the beauty. That's what this slokam is talking about. Okay. They become so beautiful, like a Kanchi Paramacharya, Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Trilanga Swami. They become eternal Chiranjeevis. Okay. And therefore, when I continue to chant your shlokas, names, and mantras, what happens is I will get removed from all the pashas. Why? Because your pasha is now tying. Your pasha will only tie me when other pashas I'm untying, all the worldly pashas. When I start turning towards you and start walking, essentially I'm giving my back to the world, not spending time on the worldly things anymore, which essentially itself says I'm becoming so beautiful that Manmada's wife, okay, she gets confused saying, is this person Manmada or is my husband somewhere else? Okay, Manmata means the one with beautiful body, one with beautiful face. He or she will get equivalent to Manmada. Okay, and that breaks all the pashas that tie us down to this planet, the Panchabhautika Sariram. And therefore, the one who enjoys this enjoys the eternal bliss of the nectar of drinking the 98th shloka, the mother's Pibeyam Vidyarthi Tavacharna Ninne Janajalam. When will I drink that water in which your feet have been washed, O mother? And that makes a dumb person like me speak words that explain your tattvam. And how is your tattvam explained? That's what is given in the 100th slokam, which is a humble dedication by who? Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya. Then what am I talking about? An insignificant insect like me. Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya is talking in the 100th slokam. Pradipajwalabi Devasara Nirajana Vidhi Sudasute Chandropajalabai Argyarachana Swakiyai Rambobi Salilanidhi Sahitya Karnam Twadiyabir Rwagbistavajanani Vacham Stutiriham. It says, Pradeepa Jwalabi, mother, do you know how it is for me to explain you in Saundarlahari, these 100 shlokas? It is like taking a diya, a deepam, and trying to offer it to the god Surya. Okay? And he says, oh mother, it is like showing the smallest of the lamp to the brightest of the sun. Okay? And offering moon is the coolest person, or Soma is cooler comparing with Surya. So offering few drops of water to the moon, because moon continues to calm us down. Calming us down is done by the water tattva. In the Swadhisthana chakra, the ruling Panchabhautika element, the five elemental thing is water. So moon controls our reproductive fluids, moon controls our bladder movements, and therefore when people are tensed, people are in a state of disease, dis-ease, their bladder movements change. Look at diabetics, look at other people, anything, first thing doctor asks when you go to them is bladder movements okay? Or are you noticing any difference? Right? So offering few drops of water to the moon, who himself offers the cooling nectar water, Amrita, to the cosmos. Okay? And how is it? It is like pouring a spoonful of water into an ocean. So Jagadguru is comparing these 100 shlokas that have come through the Jagadguru, which are given by Nandi Vidya Nateshwari, Nandi 8, a part of the Saundarya Lahari. The first 42 shlokas are called Ananda Lahari. The next 58 shlokas are called Saundarya Lahari, which are again rewritten by Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya. We have discussed some of the intricate body parts of mother that are prime to the feminine gender, to the yoni and the chest or the breast of the mother. Who else other than the husband? Therefore, Kaladivasa Shankara, who came as Adi Shankara, is none other than Kailasvasi Shankara, Shiva, who is the Mahakameshwara of Devi, to prove that Nandi ate the 58 shlokas. And when Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya put a sad face, mother smiled and said, why do you worry, my dear son? Okay, you tune into your superconscious. Putranam Atmanam Putranamasi. The soul comes in the form of son or daughter. So tune into your superconscious, the Paramashiva, and then you will be able to write the shlokas that Nandi ate. Nandi did this to prove that you are no different than the Kailasavasi Shankara. This is a brief attempt. We have been continuing for the last 3.5 years, and all of you have been very patiently listening to the ignorant little words, whatever I've been sharing, whatever mother has been sharing through me. If I say, that's again arrogance. She made me and Mike, you the audience. So I should thank each of you for giving your time. Because of each of you giving time and listening to me patiently, in spite of all the imperfections, in spite of all the changes in the schedules and times, each of you, I bow down to the divine in you for giving me an opportunity and becoming a vessel, that mic through which that para pashanti madhyama vaikari speaks, in order to reveal. And the true reason I do these classes, I told many of you many times, is not because to share this on YouTube, not because to share with any one of you. I go back and listen to these recordings myself twice, thrice, because I get amazed on how many things, like the today's story, the Chamunda story becoming Pretavahana, I never read about that story in this lifetime. So a lot of this brings, how she enables that, even I get surprised on how it comes forward, and therefore I record these stotras or the classes only for myself. So I can do a bit of improvement in my own spiritual life so I can become better. This is a brief attempt at the 100 shlokas. With this, we conclude the Saundarya Lahari. Continue to go back and keep listening, keep chanting the shlokas as much as you can. Enjoy the ecstasy of Saundarya Lahari. Keep chanting 10, 15, 20 shlokas whenever you have time. And mark the first shloka, third shloka, 16th shloka, 28th shloka, 32nd shloka. And there are many shlokas. 50th shloka, Shive Shrungara Ardra Taditajane Kutsanapara Sarosha Gangayam, which Shive Shrungara Ardra, the 50th shloka, the half of Saundarya talks about Ardhanarish Pratatva. Okay, there are many, many secrets in Saundarya. We'll keep coming back to it, as and when the Divine Mother allows and permits. With that, we will conclude today's class. Stay blessed. We will conclude with the Mangala Shastam. जय 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 शंभो जम्बवित्पूर्वदेव प्रणतपत सरोज दुंद निर्द्वंद बंधो जय 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 जन्मस्तेम संहारकारपणे सुगुणमूर्ते पालय अस्मान् प्रपन्नान् मधुमुखं वल्गदपाङ्गरेकमखण्डितानन्दकृप्रसादं विलोकन् विस्फुरदात्मभावसमे गति श्रीगिरि सार्वभौमः कुरङ्गपार्णिकर्णावलोकसुखवधुसाहसक्लेशदातभवत्रसौ श्रीगिरि भाग्यराशि सन्ध्यारम्भ विजृम्भितं श्रुतशिरस्तानान्तराधिष्ठितं सप्रेम भ्रमराभिराममस्मिन् सद्वासना शोभितम् भोगीन्द्राभरणं समस्वनं पूज्यं गुणाविष्कृतं सेवे श्रीगिरिमल्लिकार्जुनमहालिङ्गम् शिवा आलिङ्गितं यं सपुराणि सखी विख्यात्मा परिपालना जगतामाप्तावतारावळि दुष्टध्वंसनाना नानासनाश्री श्रीशैलाग्रनिवासने भवतु मे श्रेयस्करी भ्रामरी यत्यज परमानन्दं नाना स्फुरन्नामवे भूतं भाव्योच्चराचरद्दत्ते बहिश्चान्तरे सा साक्षात् ब्रह्मराम्बिका शिवसखी श्रीशैलवासो सुखा दिश्यादाश्रितलोककल्पलतिका श्रेयांसि भूयांसि न शरणं तरुणेन्दुशेखर शरणं मे गिरिराजगणिका शरणं पुनरेवतावुभूषणं उमाकान्ताय कान्ताय कामिततप्लायने श्रीगिरीशाय देवाय मल्लिनाथाय मङ्गलं करचरणकृतं वा कर्म वाक्कायजं वा वेदमवेदं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व शिव शिव करुणाब्धे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो शिव शिव करुणाब्धे श्रीमहादेव स्वयंभो Loka samasta sudhino bhavantu, sarve jana sudhino bhavantu. Stay blessed, and let's stop the